Good day and welcome to Side Jag. Almost didn't know what we were doing there.
It's what we do. That's
I
exactly what we do,
know.
not knowing what we're doing.
It was. I was just taken back by the show that you made us watch.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't even know where to begin, but we won't. So, welcome to the show. We're going to talk about stuff, and that's about it. But since you mentioned that you've watched Daredevil, so you've seen the ending.
Seen it all.
So, what are your first thoughts?
I love the season.
Okay, you enjoyed the season
as a whole.
Yep. As a whole,
I don't. I'll watch the second season.
Yeah,
but I don't have I feel like the story should have ended here, and now they're gonna drag it out, and they set it up for really good. Like Fisk, we know his plans now.
Right.
We know what he wants to do, but I felt like now it's just the regular old monster of the week type situation the next season, probably.
Who knows? I mean,
yeah,
who knows where Daredevil's going to fall in the whole MCU thing?
Right.
Is he going to stay in TV land? Is he going to move out to the movies? I feel like the guy that plays him can move out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he's already had a cameo in Spider-Man. So I think he's got it. My initial thing was like they touted this evil villain.
Oh, Muse. Yeah.
Muse. And they whacked him in 2 episodes.
Yeah. He was he was
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a kid.
Yeah.
And it's just that was a red herring if I'd ever seen one in my life.
I don't even know why he needed to be in there. Like
right,
that whole section of like I get it, but it's
they tricked us and we thought the B plot was the A plot.
Yeah, exactly.
And the A plot all along was Fisk and what he was doing the whole time, which we understood that, but there was hope that there was more to it. That's why I say I love the first season. They got Muse. There was only 2 episodes after Muse was killed, which I think is fine. But then now when you start to drag it out after that, I don't know. I don't know what's going to get me now to want to watch it, and it is going to be good. I think Punisher was cool. Frank Castle's back.
Yeah.
I thought he did well. Daredevil, the action that there's good action in Daredevil. And
it was great. Yeah. That last fight scene was fantastic.
Right.
Paige coming back in the end was totally necessary.
Had to.
His girlfriend, that was cool, but that's clearly over.
Yeah, I feel like the arc is she's going villain, whether unbeknownst to her or
she's just in villain camp.
Yeah, she's in the villain camp now, and
she doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
But I feel like all the mystique and mystery of Daredevil and the situation that happened in the first episode of this new season is gone now, and now it's just a regular old shitty. It's gonna be like a shitty Marvel property now that they do on Disney Plus, like they've done to the rest of them. And
I mean, they could Loki it up.
They could, but they don't often do that. Like Loki was the only one they did it in.
Yeah, Loki just worked out.
Right, yeah.
But you never know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like it's kind of opened it up to when he says we need an army, and
that might be the only, if they have a lot of cool vigilantes come through, that might be kind of cool. But then is it monster or hero of the week now instead of monster of the week?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. We'll see where it goes. I'm gonna watch the next. I like this one. I don't have high hopes going into
it. I wasn't really thinking into like the next one.
Yeah.
Like I know there'll be a next one. I just like I feel like all these are the same. Like it's like, okay, we can pull out, like we could probably trim out like 4 hours worth of content. If we take all 9 episodes, we could easily pull out 4 hours worth of content that absolutely had nothing to do with the main plot. It was just put in there. Like 9 episodes, guys. Like you could have done this in 8 without a problem. Like
easy.
Yeah, you just added in some fluff to like we all knew where it was going. We all knew where it was going.
And you could have shown the Muse stuff as a B plot instead of, I think they did the swapper route. Yeah,
Like,
they did the swapperoo, made us think that Muse was the
was the bad guy.
big bad. Yeah.
And like we didn't even need him. Like I would just take all that out. Like literally
Right.
just remove the whole thing because like the artwork being painted, like the scenes of the artwork of like that's fine. Like that was cool because that was people protesting against that. The news chick that was throughout the whole thing, like they're again totally not needed. Like
No.
she's not needed. Everything that she could have brought to it, was destroyed.
Well, and there's and then the one guy that's the Fisk guy, you know, the young kid.
Yeah.
His plot, I actually hated him as a character, but I think his plot that's what it was supposed. You were supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
He's a kiss ass, and he's willing to burn.
I liked his character because it's like, listen.
No, I mean I hated his character as a person, but I liked his character in the show.
Oh, right, yeah. No, that's the great though, because it's like, look, when in Rome, be a Roman. You know, and this kid is like, dude, I'm working with the Kingpin.
Yeah,
I got two. You know, she's fighting it the whole way.
Yeah,
you know, and it's like, it's so fatiguing. And he's over there going, "Give me more, baby."
Yep.
Like, but that life. Oh no, trust me, the last fight with the Punisher, fantastic. Yeah. All the fight scenes in this were great. Like when he kicked the shit out of those two cops.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what's funny is like he's like you know, he's like, I'm not going to come up here and play patty cake with him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to shoot him. He's like, well, that's not the kind of help I wanted. He's like, this kind of help you have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. For sure.
Yeah.
Like so the funny thing is the shitty detective that, you know, started it all, so to speak, that he beat the shit out of already. You know, that was against the Latino dude that they ended up killing anyways. Like he was almost to the point to where like this is getting a little out of hand.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, this is a little out of hand, you know. But then it's like, so here, all right. So here's the stupid thing. Like you knew they weren't going to kill the Punisher.
Yeah,
but like you need to kill the Punisher.
Yeah,
he's the fucking Punisher. Like,
yeah,
like he's like, come on.
Yeah,
like he's going to like.
The worst Daredevil's going to do is beat you up.
Yes.
You know, Punisher's going to kill everybody.
Yes.
He can. Every single person he can.
Dude, he took out, he killed like 8 people while they were trying to capture him.
Yeah.
Like, and the guy was like, bro, you killed a bunch of my men tonight. It's like, yeah, I'm going to kill all of you. You're all going to die. Yeah. Oh, you're going to punch me? Oh, come on, punch me some more, pussy. I mean, like, no, that's the guy you got to kill.
He's the biggest problem for anybody. Yes. Like Daredevil's going to set you up and get your empire taken down through legal means and fisticuffs. Punisher's just going to shoot his way and blow up your building.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah. I was just like, and I'm sitting there going, man, it's a shame they're going to kill Punisher. But hey, we got to see him, you know, one good fight scene with him.
Yeah.
You know, nope. And then the other thing too is like, where do they get all these cops from? Like, is every cop bad now? Because like, dude, they killed what, like 10 guys in the apartment. So they killed, you know, he killed another like 8 guys in the alleyway. Yeah. And then there was like 14 guys that was going to punch him, plus all the goofballs that were walking around. It's like there was like 100 bad cops all of a sudden. There was like 8. And now, like,
it started with like you said, it was 8. And now it's the whole force.
Yeah, and everyone's getting a Punisher tattoo, and it's like, okay, no offense, guys, like, but are you dumb or are you dumb? Like,
it was like Timu Punisher situation.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, we idolize you, idolize me, and then, so that was the funny thing was you don't understand my pain. I'm like, some of them do. Some of them do. Yeah. You know.
Oh man.
Pain and rage is all this guy has as a superpower. You guys are screwed.
Exactly.
Like he's not afraid to get shot.
No, he'll die. At any given time, he will die, and he doesn't care. No. He cares about completing his mission, whatever it is for that day. I don't think he has a grand master plan. It's just
in the comic book, he was trying to kill the mob, but you know, now, like whoever.
In this, it's like, I mean,
goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there again, I don't know if I enjoyed it because I'm beat down.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see something familiar that like was good
Yeah.
back then and is still good now. It's not great,
Right.
not great, but it was good, and the story was decent enough.
Yeah.
Wasn't great. There was a
Yeah.
lot of holes that just shouldn't have been there. You know, I like where they went. I like the idea of like, hey, we're gonna knock them down to the both these guys are knocked down, and they're starting anew.
Right.
So, but are they really? Can you change? Can a tiger change its stripes?
Yeah.
And the reality is no, it can't. You are what you are, no matter how hard you are. I mean, the reality is you can't stay where you were at and change yourself. It's
Yeah.
possible. You have to leave. You have to
Yeah.
leave and go find your happy spot. You know, and he tried, and he probably would have been fine if Fisk would have never came back. But
Right. Yeah.
you know, but he secretly kept his little closet full of clothes.
Right.
So, you know, you can't exactly be like, I'm a changed man, but yet you still have, you know, beer in the refrigerator.
When he had that simmering anger. And that's why I think it's good that they brought Punisher in, because he was going down that route.
Right.
The Punisher called him on his shit.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
And it was like, and it's like, you say you're this and this, you were me. You're going down my path basically right now.
Right.
You know, and it's like, and the Punisher, I don't think he doesn't try to talk him out of it. He tries to talk him into it, actually.
Yeah. Take hold of your rage. Use
yeah.
it.
It's like,
let's knock some, because the Punisher knows if Daredevil would just lighten the frick up and be like, listen, the guy's trying to kill you.
right.
It's him or me. And you know, he has this moral compass where it's like, which I get, you know, he has to. But there's some people in that in that apartment that ain't leaving that apartment. You know,
well, let's be honest. Like if Daredevil goes full Punisher and just starts killing people, and then him and Punisher team up, like this is a big problem for everybody.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill everybody.
And there again, you can only knock so many people out, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't knocking people out, bro.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Because that flying cane of his was like going through people's bodies and shit. So like, there was people not having a good day, and those are typically followed up by a bullet to the head from Punisher. So
yep,
you know, and that's the thing. It's like when you look at the superhero things, and it's like, okay, like what is the superhero? Is it just violence? Like
in this, I guess the only superpower, Punisher has no superpowers.
Yeah. No,
he's just a badass. Yeah.
Just anger and rage.
Yeah. Which I think is on a side jag, I think it's a cool superpower. I don't remember if you remember the movie that Ben Stiller is, where they all had dumb superpowers. And it was kind of like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, like a spoof of it.
Okay.
And Ben Stiller's superpower was rage.
I think I remember this.
He got really, really mad, which it's just hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
If I think of it, you know, maybe it's something we should watch just for funny. But but Daredevil I guess his superpower is
he has sonar hearing.
The sonar hearing, and he's not afraid to die either. I guess that could be Frank Castle's like
he's basically, and his sonar hearing he can see with.
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, he's basically.
No, it wasn't Zoolander. It was a matter of fact, I got to look it up now.
Then there's Andor and the weird rock paper scissors fight. I haven't watched Andor. I don't know if I'm gonna watch Andor.
You saved me when you watched a few episodes and were like, "Nah, this isn't it."
If I watch Andor, it's gonna be after the whole season is out, and I can just like eat the shit sandwich.
Yeah.
Like there again, who knows? Maybe like I was perfectly fine with ending Andor where they ended it.
Yeah.
With the build of the the Death Star, you know, big laser receiver dish thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, that's Mystery Men.
That's it. Yep. I just looked it up.
Yep. I was perfectly fine with Andor ending right there. But
jeez,
the quest for more money is unbelievable. And when I dude, I was talking to somebody, I don't remember who it was, and they were like, "Dude, Andor was amazing." And
People say that, yeah.
and there was, and he was talking about the other ones, and they're like, "Oh, I really liked Acolyte. Like it
They
had
like the
so much."
ones we hate and hate the
And
ones
I'm like, "What? The
yeah.
fuck are you talking? How? Oh, the story was so good." I'm like, "Story? Gay." You know, like,
Dude,
no.
I feel like they didn't really like the original Star Wars trilogy, maybe.
I don't think they understood him. They were probably
Yeah,
too young. I think it's just an
could
age
be.
thing.
Yeah.
Or they're just like, you know.
Because we liked we liked the one with
They liked Kenobi
yeah, Kenobi, which everyone hated.
and freaking Ahsoka, you know?
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's like, yeah, but those are the spaghetti westerns that we're used to.
Right.
They're not
Yeah,
soap operas. They're not dramatizations of
right.
this world. It's
Or
like
emo
spaghetti western.
Kylo Ren type shit. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking emo crap. Ugh.
Dude,
So
did I tell you on another side jag? I rewatched the hell was it called? The first one that they came back with, The Force Awakens.
yes.
Guess what, man? I actually like The Force Awakens. You know what made me hate The Force Awakens? The Last Jedi.
The ending?
The last movie.
Yeah.
And the
It's in the movie
second
theaters
third
right
movie.
now.
Is it really?
Or Skywalker or whatever it is. Yeah.
But so, like the first one, if you just watch it on its own, not knowing anything that happened, and I remember when I was like, "Oh, this is cool. This is basically a shot-for-shot remake
of A New Hope.
A New Hope, right?"
Right.
And it's like, "Oh, we're getting back into this stuff," and they set up so. This is the reason it ruins it because everything's set up awesome. The Knights of Ren, that is so dope, man. That could have been so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it just got completely ruined. Like they absolutely,
Yeah.
the Knights of Ren were badass. Snoke, he was a mystery. You didn't know what was going to happen with him, but of course he's, it. The rest of the movies ruined that movie. Because as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, if this movie had good follow-ups, I think I would have liked this movie.
I don't know what went wrong. I mean, then you got like the gambling world that they go off to with the horses and shit.
And then Luke Skywalker drinking alien titty milk. And it's like I don't like this. That movie, when you watch it over, and it's like if you can divorce it from everything else, like, oh, this is awesome. It's the start of something awesome. And then it just absolutely crapped to bed.
No,
and it retroactively makes that movie worse because of everything that happened.
Well, because you know where it's going.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when they have to land on the planet with when they have Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
And like, oh, hey, there's the Death Star. It landed, this thing the size of a planet blew up, and then parts of it landed, and the throne room is in perfect shape. And that's where the holocron is.
Yeah.
Where everything that you need is. And if you hold up this knife, it's like, wait, what the fuck is going? Like,
God, it's so
who wrote this, man?
So
like,
stupid, dude.
Who signed off? Like, can we get George Lucas back?
Like, and it's like when which is a bad thing because remember when we were like, hey, take George Lucas off of this, but
dude, I still blame Kathleen Kennedy for everything.
I tend to agree because she was on board.
Supposedly retiring this year, so
yeah, but it's just when you think about it, like Kylo Ren, he's the grandson. You don't know that in the beginning, but it's like he worships his grandfather. The Knights of Ren worship him. They don't know that he turned good. There's like a lot of stuff set up that could be really, really awesome, and it just is absolute crap.
No, and it doesn't make any sense outside.
Yeah, and it's like
everything you just scratch your head and go.
It's like nothing happened.
Where did it go?
Nothing happened the way it should have happened.
No.
And it's just like, yeah. So I was getting to it's like, because I remember liking the movie in the beginning. And then I remember after that, the movie's like, yeah, all three of these suck. I wanted to watch the first one again, which I really did like. I was like, yeah, if I don't think about anything but this movie, and I assume there's great things coming to follow up what they promised, then I like this movie. But with the reality of what happened, it's like, no, the whole trilogy is just gone now.
So honestly, the best Star Wars shit I've watched has been the Bad Batch, which is the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, as far as a run of things go, that's been the best one so far. Like, you know, they killed off, you know, the guy, so that was sad. They put a button in it at the end. They, you know, they aged everyone up, and you know, so I mean, it was like that was cool. That was cool.
Right.
They ended it, and now they're coming out with some newer cartoons, which I have total faith in them not sucking, because Ferroni has done such a good job of making sure the cartoons don't suck.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, finally, you know, we're gonna get some more of these, because I just feel they can do a better job, because it's like no one's paying attention to them.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you're just doing one of those cartoons. Yeah, just
we don't need to turn this.
So they're doing a Cad Bane cartoon.
Ooh, now see that's the one thing that I hated about Boba Fett was, I know a lot of people that follow the comic and all that were like,
they know why
they got the payoff, but I just think that, because I didn't know about any of that, but him in there, he was such a unique character, and I was like, this dude's a badass. Like this dude,
beyond, yeah, he is.
No question. He's not a Jedi, but he's a freaking badass.
Oh yeah,
and he would be really interesting to follow his story.
Yeah. So the thing is we all knew everything there was to know about him if you'd watched the cartoons. So watching him die was fantastic, because you're so over this guy. Like he's such a just. Would somebody smack this guy, please?
And he was the only part of Boba Fett that I really, truly liked. I thought I was going to love Boba Fett. Just the idea of it, I was like, oh, dude. I was like, yeah, we don't know enough about Boba Fett.
But there again, we liked it because the teaser we got of him going ham on everybody was like, oh, this is what it's going to be. Yeah. And then it was like, no, this is not what it's going to be.
And then we get like some space hipsters on motorcycles. And it's like,
it sucked.
And Cad Bane was, to me, I was like, oh, this dude's legit.
Yeah. So they're gonna do a Cad Bane cartoon, which is great.
I might tune in for that.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
I hope Cassie and other Dean watch this as their homework assignment.
Nobody watches his homework assignment. So let me start by saying this. So I was telling Haley about this, because I go, I don't know what Hi-Fi was doing. And I said
it was disturbing.
Oh, disturbing to say the least. So here's what I want to say first off. So I said to Haley, I said, listen, I explained to her the whole plot of it, which we'll get into in a minute. I said, but the one thing, the takeaway was this had to be somebody's like movie thesis.
It's exactly what it was. Right.
And exactly what it was. I said, because these were actors. These were paid actors, maybe volunteers, whatever. These were actors. They're IMDb. They have like the dad has been in like 100 different TV shows.
Right. Yeah.
So the cinematography, meaning the sets, the filming, the way the camera was set up, the pans, like fantastic. Like the house that they filmed in was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like from a movie perspective, and like just observing how the quality of the camera and the lighting and the mood and
what super string budget.
Yeah, but it was so good.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Like but it's budget because it was a college product, but all the guys that were doing it were college kids that were going to school for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, think about it. Like, who else do you want doing a half-hour little movie? These guys, because they are trying to shoot their best thing ever.
Yeah.
At some point, they're going, I shot this, and the guys watching it going, oh, wow, that's a shitty story, but damn, that's really good. Oh yeah, you're hired. You know. So there was one funny scene where like this white dude is walking out of the house, and he's like, hey, and she's like, oh hey James, or whatever his name was. Yeah, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. And it was like, that was this funniest little interaction that made no sense at all. And I was like,
I felt like I had to throw that in there, just like, hey, there's white people
there's
here.
Totally the token white guy.
Yeah.
All right. So, for those of you that didn't watch this, but here's your chance to sell us. I'm not going to sell you on it, but I'm going to explain this movie, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
It's an experience.
So I'll say this. So I can't remember what college this kid was going to that filmed this and wrote it and filmed it. And they typically, this is not a movie that they would make because this is an Oscar growing. It's like the Yale of movie company of colleges for making movies. It's Ivy League, I guess would be the easiest way to put your head around it. He wanted to come up with a story that was so far out of the box that there's no what are you no you can't do that. And he's like, nope, I'm coming out with this. And then it appeared in like a Cannes, one of the film festivals, and from there it went on fire. People loved it because it was just so on what?
Yeah,
this is the stupidest oh my god. And but in there again, that's what made it so weird, was because you immediately they did such a good job of what you were brought right into it. You didn't want to watch it.
This is exactly why I knew you would appreciate this movie, not because the story of it,
but on the fact that I absolutely hated every minute of it.
Oh yeah,
thank God I watched it on YouTube so I could watch it at 1.7 high speed.
Yeah.
So here's the premise for the movie. Okay, now you're just like, tell me, Dean, tell me, because I gotta know. All right, so the movie starts to the slapping noise, and you're like, the frick?
Yeah.
And then it goes to a medium opening of a young black male laying in his bed, and his sheet going up and down, and he's holding a picture in his hand, and you know what he's doing? He's spanking the monkey.
Yep.
Okay. And the dad is like, hey, Junior, it's time to get up and go. And just walks into his room without knocking. And it's like, ah, and ah. So the dad catches him spanking the monkey, right?
Yeah.
And so dad immediately shuts the door. And the dad apologizes. I'm sorry, son. I should have knocked. I need to respect your privacy. It's all right if I come in. And the kid's like, yeah, you can come in. And they have a conversation about natural and you do this and all this other horse. And then
and his dad's really progressive. You can tell from the beginning, his dad's progressive and he's trying to
turns out his dad is a poet.
His dad is a poet.
He's a poet, an author poet. So he has books. Okay. So his dad's trying to make his son feel better. And then he says, hey, finish up and come see me when you're done. And I'm like, weird.
Yeah.
So at this point, the only thing you're thinking is that was an uncomfortable exchange. I can totally understand that. What's on the picture? What is on the picture? Show me the picture. And then they show you the picture, and it's a picture of Haley got it in one. Haley sucks. Haley goes, oh, this is what she goes, it was the dad. And I go, yes. She goes, oh, because she knew I was like, dude, this is so disturbing. So she automatically knew, she put the dots together so fast. So I was like,
this is the farthest thing from an after school special as you get.
This is an after school special. I don't want to go to your school. Okay. So it's a picture of the dad. So this kid was spanking the monkey to the dad. Oh my God. And you're just like, whoa, I'm done. I'm out.
That's enough. That's opening scene. That's enough.
I have had enough.
Didn't it get somewhat normal for a minute?
And I totally stopped the video at that point and was like,
I was 100% expecting a text. I was
I was getting ready to, and I go, no, he's expecting it. He knows what I'm watching. It's son of a man. So I said, okay. So I adjusted the speed because I'm like, I'm not gonna like this.
Yeah.
It's late at night, and this is, I'm gonna go to bed with this on my brain. Oh God. So next scene's 14 years later. The son is getting married, and you're like, oh, okay. This all turned out well, So it's the wife's parents and the wife, the son and the dad and the mom. And the dad just has this totally just shit look on his face. You don't know what it is, but the dad just, everyone is smiling, and the dad is just like, and you're like, what the hell? Because you don't know. You don't know. And then the son is like, hey, dad, because it's the daughter's dad, and the mom, and it's the son. You'd think it'd be the mom and then the dad, but no, it's the dad, then the mom. And you don't notice why at first. And the son is like, dad, smiling. He reaches down and grabs his ass cheek and squeezes it. And you're like, what the frick is that? Whoa. Okay. So then you're like, oh, where is this? This is, and the dad just kind of like gets this weird look on his face, and you're like, what the hell? So then the next scene is the mom's walking around trying to find the son. It's like, have you seen?
Yeah, he just got married. Talk to the
Yeah, he
son.
just got married. They're having the backyard party. It's totally 90210 happening. All the rich people are hanging out in this beautiful backyard. So Menendez, it's killing me at this point. It's like,
it is
totally the Menendez brothers. You're just like, what the frick? And so you're like, okay, you already in your head know what is going on, but you're like, wait a minute, what? No, she's gonna find him. Sure enough, she walks around, she hears some weird noises, and there's a hole in the fence. Convenient hole in the fence.
Hole. Yep.
And she looks through the hole, and she sees the son like licking all over the dad and working his way down to pull his belt off. He's getting ready to give the dad, oh yeah, woo, and the dad just looks like he's not happy. And then you're like, what is going on? So this is the set, and the mom just like, she turns away.
At this point in the movie, I think, okay, does the mom think that the dad's been molesting the son this whole time?
Correct.
Which would be the most probable situation.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what you're thinking.
Right.
And you're like, wait a minute, he grabbed his ass. He's got a picture.
Right.
Like, what's going on? So there again, this turns so bad. So the next, it's like they're eating dinner in a house, and like, hey, let your dad know the food is ready. And the dad is like, the son's coming up, and he's like trying to turn off his computer, and like it's not shutting off. And on it, and this is where you find out he's an accomplished writer.
Right.
And on it is his manuscript, his autobiography and it's like Cocoon Man.
Yeah.
And he talks about the one paragraph they show is like, I thought I trained him right and this and that. And, it's so, and he's like, oh crap, and gets it off. He's like, all right, I'll be right down. And you could see that there's some weird going on. Like the son clearly doesn't like the mom because she's like, can I get a beer? He's like, no, I bought it for dad. So you got to ask him, and he's like,
yeah,
you want a beer? And he's like, and like they hold hands, and the son just looks all pissy, and
yep,
and then it's like, then there's a New Year's Eve party, and the wife is like, let's go home, and he's like, no, I'm gonna stay and help him clean up. I'll be back in a little while. And the dad's up in the tub. Oh, and the son finds the manuscript and freaks out. It's like, oh, it's for a poet, you think it'd be more poetic, and I don't want to ever see another copy of this again, or I'll freaking kill you. And you're like, what the frick is going on?
Well, and then he's telling him like they're in a relationship.
Yeah.
He's like, I've trusted you. I've done everything for you. I've done all this. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. The episode of The Boys. Yeah, no kidding. So then, like, his dad's in the tub, just relaxing with his headphones on, the door locked, just chilling. He's all happy. And like the son knocks the door down. I told you never to lock the door. And he like rapes him in the tub, and the mom's like turning up the thing. And then he gets out and he goes, put that in your book, you like pussy, or some shit like that. And you're like, and so you're like, what is going on, man? This is like,
and the whole time, like, there's never anything shown graphic.
No, but you know what's going on.
You know what's going on. It's exactly what's happening. But there's nothing. There's nothing like horror or graphic or anything in the movie yet.
No, there's no nudity.
Yeah.
There's no. It's literally just all camera angles and all innuendos, and it's that's what makes it so uncomfortable.
Yes,
you don't ever see it, but you can see the fear,
and you can hear it when the mom's turning up the TV.
Oh yeah,
and it's like at that point she knows what's happening now. Yeah.
So then the next morning, the dad like pulls out his secret copy of the book, and he's got to turn it in. He's got to do something. And the son's waiting downstairs, like, where do you think you're going? And he's like, He's just like, and he runs out of the house and runs out and he gets hit by a car, dies. And you're like, that's the best ending right there.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, oh, that's so sad. Like, and the son's out there and he's crying because, oh, don't touch her, bitch. Call 911. You know, there's like blood coming out of the back of his head. He's dead. You know, and you're like, oh my God. Apparently the dude in the van ran though.
You see him dip. He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. So then they're at the funeral and like the mom is just sitting there comatose as expected. And then that night, the night of nights, I don't remember what the son was doing in the office. Roaring fire in the background, wood office, very, very chic, you know, very old house, very rich house. And the mom walks in and goes, you know, they get in an argument like, when did it start? You know, did it start from prom? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, was it prom night? He's like, I don't know you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Because he came home that night and he cried all night and with the water running in the bathroom. You know, when did it start? Oh, it's been going on longer than that, you know, and like they get in a fight and smacks her and she stabs him and then he knocks her onto the ground and he's gonna throw her into the fire and she grabs the poker and whacks him on the head and then stabs him to death.
Yeah.
With the fire poker. And you're like, what the frick? So the son dies. And you're like, what? And then the last scene was her throwing the book onto the fire.
Yeah.
And it ends. And you're like, I got nothing from this.
Yeah. Dude,
it was like disturbed all the way through.
Yeah, it's like so the secret is so dark that she's going to prison. That book, she's probably going to prison regardless. But if you had that book, you can explain why this happened. But that secret is so dark. It's like, I'll go on the electric chair, whatever.
Yeah.
No one will ever find out about this. No one will ever find out about this.
So she finds out about it though, knows everything now.
Right, which is enough. And she's probably gonna get the death penalty for killing her own son.
Yeah, you never know though, because she could prove that there was a fight there. You know.
Right. She could, but I think it implies that she's willing to just like she killed him. She's gonna be the horrible person because her husband died.
I say she gets off. Off.
Well, see, and you can interpret it either way. But my interpretation was that she burned it. It's like this secret. She'll.
Oh, she's definitely taking this one to the grave.
Yeah.
But
it's disturbed. But I mean, that is so disturbing.
So my question: why? Where did you find that? Oh, this is a podcast.
Yes. So, I know you don't watch horror movies, right?
Yeah.
And this really isn't one of them. But the guy that directs this, called Ari Aster, he has made a movie called Hereditary and Midsommar.
Okay.
So his filmmaking style, like you've seen in this, imagine if he had a budget to do something, and that's what Hereditary is. And Hereditary is a horror movie, but there's not a lot of horror things happening.
No, it's
there is like it's I don't know. It's just like everything he does is like art, you know.
Yeah, but it's so emotional.
Yeah, and it's very, and that's how Hereditary is. It's very emotional. There's a couple really shocking scenes that you don't expect, and it's just a lot of really cool camera angle. I love the way he does his films. But this one I had never watched. I'd never heard about it until the podcast.
Right.
And so once I hear, unfortunately, I knew the premise of this when I went into it. If I didn't, I think it would have been even more horrifying.
Oh, it was bad.
But that being said, like it's probably the most disturbing thing I've ever watched.
Oh, for sure. Thanks.
Like it's that movie that's not like real life trauma stuff. Did Haley watch it?
No, I told her about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, 100%. Like it was done very well. It's got like 5 stars. Everyone loved it. You know, the emotional connect that you get to it it's like it's so wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like staring at fire.
It's the scariest thing that I could think of that's not a horror movie.
That's crazy. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah. I would say Hereditary, I love that. I liked it better Midsummer. A lot of people like Midsummer better.
Okay. Now, did you watch them before or after you found out about this?
Before.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'd watched both of those before. Someone else had recommended them to me. I actually really loved them. And they're people say they're horror movies. I don't really consider them a horror movie. It's like a very tense suspense type movie.
Yeah.
So
it's like what M. Night Shyamalan tries to do and fails miserably now.
Right.
Where he just tries to make these movies where you're just off just a little bit, so that you're like, like The Village to me was probably his best one of those, where because in The Village you're just like, I don't know what is going on. And it's like, wait, what? And that I thought was when you finally get to the end and you're just like, oh
damn.
Like,
I think Signs is the one that
Signs was the one where they gave him too much money.
Well, it's like you think the dude's crazy. It's like, holy shit, the aliens are real. Like, they're literally tinfoil hats.
Right. Yeah. Signs was the like we're gonna give this guy real money and see what he can do, and like I think the problem he ran into with Signs was it went too far, meaning the reveal took too long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, because once the reveal happens in his movies, they typically just fall flat.
Right. Yeah. Once you know, it's that should be the end of his movie.
Right. It's like,
right.
And then so he had to change it up a little bit. I just don't think he's ever come out with a good movie since then. And they've all been the same crappy, like, okay, cool. Where's the twist?
Right. Yeah.
He did okay with like the superhero ones with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson and the other goofball that were the guy with the multiple personalities, like
because
you had Broken,
yes,
you had
Mr. Glass,
Unbreakable,
Mr. Glass, and then the which I actually like that movie. The third one with the guy, the multiple personality guy.
Yeah.
The guy that played the X-Men guy.
Yeah.
Professor X.
Xavier. Yeah.
Split.
Yeah.
I got it. Yep.
No, and there again, though, that was a change. I never watched them. I could have cared less. I knew I wouldn't enjoy them. I watched Broken.
Right.
And I was like, okay, it's cool.
I liked him because there was no twist. And it was just, he just did a straight up movie.
Yeah. So Broken was neat. The girls liked Split. And then the movie after that, I don't know if they watched that one where all three of them were going at it with each other.
Yeah. I don't know if I watched that one.
Yeah, I could care less. The problem was an alien couldn't master interstellar travel, but not get out of a closet.
Yep. This is true.
Listen, man. In War of the Worlds, they buried ships here on the planet, but didn't bother to see if their ecology would work with our ecology.
Yeah.
And they caught a cold and died. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the small things, right? They might not have had opposable thumbs.
What was the movie where the guy's got a
how do you open a doorknob with no opposable thumbs?
Suction cups on your fingers.
Yeah, but they don't have, it's like I'm just saying, without opposable thumbs, the knob is that's why we can't use knobs anymore. We have to use levers.
Dude, listen, the scariest movie I ever watched in my whole life was an alien movie. Fire in the Sky, dude. I was absolutely terrified when I was a kid.
Dude. Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I watched that one.
70s.
Yeah.
70s. Yeah. I saw that with my dad. So we went and saw 2 movies when I was a kid, which is why I don't like horror movies. Because I was just jaded for life. We went and saw American Werewolf in London. This is my dad's idea of taking kids to see a movie. He goes, let's all go see American Werewolf in London. Exorcist.
That one's scary today.
Yeah. But So I had to be 5 or 6 years old in a movie theater watching American Werewolf in London. Like we literally hid underneath the seats. He's just like, this is cool. And then he took us to see Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
I was like, we played on the seats and shit because I was like, this is the biggest dick move ever. And I didn't even know what a dick move was.
I like the voice of the guy on the radio and that.
Couldn't tell you, dude. We were like, I don't want to hear this. I mean, we're 5 and 6 years old watching these ultra scary movies in a dark theater, like with our parent. Like, I Am Legend, scariest movie ever. Okay,
I could see that if you're young when you watched it. Yeah, with the fast zombies. Yeah.
Oh, she hates that guy. Yeah. I think I took her to see King Kong because I was like, King Kong, how bad can it be? And the fight scene with King Kong fighting the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
She's like, whoa, this is a lot.
Dude, and she shouldn't be embarrassed at all. You know what Bailey and Kyle were terrified when they were kids of?
What?
Fucking Swiper from Dora the Explorer. They had nightmares about Swiper.
Swiper, no swipey? Okay,
he's like, he's gonna steal your stuff?
Now here's the best part
scenario.
Yeah, so I play this scene, the Tyrannosaurus Rex scene for Grayson, you know, because he's like dinosaurs god, and like King Kong is this new thing, and like I go, oh Jesus, you gotta watch, and he watched it, dude. He watched that twice, and he's just like, this is so cool, you know.
Yeah.
Whoa, he just ripped his mouth open. You know, you're going, yeah.
Big Bird getting lost in the mall.
Oh, dude, that was a sad thing. Oh yeah, that freaked me out, bro. Elmo, yeah, Big Bird gets lost in the mall. Oh yeah, God, I forgot about that. Yeah,
dude, that brings up the same podcast that recommended this movie, or they watched it. They didn't recommend it. They were talking about when they done the space shuttle and you remember the teacher died.
Yeah.
So at that time, and I didn't remember this, but apparently there was talks that they were going to send a Big Bird up on that.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
Instead of the teacher. And then they go on to pontificate like, well, what would what would they have to do? Like, because does that mean Snuffleupagus is also dead? Is Big Bird dead on the show for real forever? Like, how do they explain it to the kids?
Yeah. That's that's a tough one.
Yeah,
sure. Wow. No, I remember when that happened. That was a
yeah, that was pretty. That was wild. Was it Challenger, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that happened because there was I was waiting in lunch, and there was a movie I wanted to watch. I was waiting in lunch, and everyone was just kind of freaking out, and I was like, "What is everybody freaking out about?" And they're like, "The space shuttle blew up," and I was like, "What?" Like, yeah, the space shuttle blew up, and you're like, "How is that even possible?" Like, yeah, no. And you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So there was supposed to be a new movie that just came out. Oh, I watched Den of Thieves 2.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the first one.
I didn't watch part 1 either, and I'm kind of upset that I watched part 2. Because that just sucked.
I don't think I had anything. Yeah, I don't have any movies.
Oh, I am going. Tomorrow I'm going to watch Accountant 2.
Oh, that's with the Ben Affleck.
Yeah, in the movie theaters. Bought tickets and everything. Going to the movies. Dang it! There was a new movie that has the guy from Venom.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is in a new movie on one of these platforms.
Tom Hardy new movie.
I thought it was
Havoc.
Yes. What is that on?
Netflix.
Why is it not there? When does it start?
Let me see. Put Wales on the map. I don't see if they see Havoc, Netflix, release date, April 25th.
Friday.
Comes out tomorrow. Yep.
So that looks like a crazy ass movie. It's your typical Jason Statham style story where he's got to go get find a kid, and of course he's a cop, and he's got to go kill a bunch of cops. Oh wow! Watch the Challenger explosion live in school. Yeah, I could see that. A lot of guys did. I was in middle school, so we weren't that cool. But a lot of kids did because that was the teacher. Yeah. Do you want to watch Havoc? I mean,
yeah, I'll watch Havoc.
Yeah, I'm sure wifey will like it. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I haven't been in the movies in a bit. So we'll get some popcorn with some no, Haley and I, what did Haley and I go see?
Spider-Man. That was the last one.
No, we saw something else.
Oh.
Because I remember her and I going to see something.
There was...
Damn, what was that? Come on, Haley. What the hell?
Haley, let us know. You know Dean's old. He can't remember.
Oh, for sure. Either way.
She screamed it. Red one. You saw that in the movie theater?
Yeah.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I want to go see. And then like 2 weeks later, it was on Netflix.
Oh, that's another one I want to see, Until Dawn. I might go see that this weekend.
What is that one about?
It's based on a video game. They go into, it's like a group of teenagers.
Right.
They go into a cabin because one of their friends died.
Right.
And people start dying. Weird shit's happening. They don't really know why or how. And they're just trying to survive it in the game. I don't know how they're going to tell that in a movie, but I played the game, and the game was pretty good.
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah. Have you been watching The Last of Us, the new one?
No.
That's the other thing I've been watching.
So Pedro Pascal for me is just like, I'm tired of the guy. Like,
good news. Something happens to my guy pretty early in season 2.
Oh, really?
The story's not about him any longer. It's about the girl and another girl. 2 badass girls.
Oh.
This is Dean Beyett. Like the second, did you watch the first season?
No.
The second season is you could watch a recap of the first season, what happened. The second season is
That's on HBO, right?
HBO, yeah.
Yeah.
So the second season is after you get past the things that happen. Now it's about the 2 girls, which is the first 2 episodes he's in. Stuff happens. It's no longer about him. It's about 2 girls going to the next episode. So,
all right, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
we'll let it play out.
Yeah, I'm all in on that one for now.
So I watched another episode of The Bounty Hunter with Kevin Bacon. Still haven't recovered from that episode.
Oh, yeah, she must be watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't think there's really anything right now that I want to watch.
Yeah, dude, there's like on the second episode, there is a maybe bigger than Game of Thrones, their big Battle of the Bastards.
Yeah.
There's a scene on the second episode that may eclipse that as far as number of people on screen and shit happening. It gets wild.
With all the half-dead people?
Yeah, with all the cordyceps or whatever. And there's like a big one that they have to contend with. One person has to contend with, and it gets pretty good. Like I think it's right now. It's better than the first season.
Well, like I said, we'll wait until it plays out because you're only 2 episodes in, so I got time. I think if I was to go back and watch something, it'd be the Apple, the weird guys with the whole dual personality thing.
The Severance.
Yeah,
I loved it. I don't know if you'll like it.
I don't think I'll like it, but it's like everyone, it's either that or I got to go back and watch Breaking Bad, which I just don't have the energy to do.
Dude, let me tell you this. Breaking Bad, I would watch a recap of the first. It's kind of important, but it's very slow, the first season. But dude, there's only 4 seasons, and it is pretty. It gets second. I love Breaking Bad.
Yeah, everybody loves Breaking Bad.
Yeah, but I also love Severance. So
Yes. So I have to like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, so here's the problem. Severance is what, 3 seasons?
yes,
Okay, so that's 8 episodes. So that's
24.
24 episodes. Breaking Bad was network TV. So,
and it was 4 seasons.
So God only knows how many episodes that actually.
I don't know how many episodes.
So that's got to be a bunch.
It was on a different one though. It was on one of the smaller 62 episodes total.
Jesus Christ.
5 seasons.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
45-minute episodes. Oh my God.
Listen, if you want to go back and we do 5 episodes this is the Breaking Bad podcast.
No, I don't.
I'm in.
I know. But the thing is,
Adolescence.
I want to watch Adolescence on that. I don't know what that is. I think I know what it is because she talked about it, but I think this is the one she was telling me about.
Shit, I want you know what I also kind of want to see?
What?
I kind of want to see the Minecraft movie. It seems ridiculous and it probably is horrible, but I don't know. I feel like I want to see it. 4
episodes. Student son suspects when 13-year-old Jamie gets arrested. It's up to uncover what might have murdered his classmate.
That's the one. I think Cassie started that one. So,
yeah, we'll probably watch that. It seems like something I could probably watch with her.
Yeah.
No, it's different. Look it up. I just looked it up. Unless there's 2 adolescents. Is it a documentary? There's only 1 adolescence. Yeah, either way, I've been listening to my son screaming about Steve's lava chicken. Oh, Steve's lava chicken. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I got a request to make some oh no, that's the right one. Yeah, no shit. So for Easter, I got a request was for little toys to put in the Easter eggs for my buddy. And they're like dinosaurs in Minecraft. I'm like, so I found a bunch of little dinosaurs, but Minecraft, there wasn't a lot to print except for that the square with the face on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that's called, but apparently it's a big deal.
I don't know a lot about Minecraft either. The kids played it when they were younger, but a matter of fact, I think they've been playing it.
Dad had something had. She said it. She just yelled it. Either way, I made like 2 of those, and he thought that was the coolest thing in the world. I was like, "Yep," but I get no credit. The Easter Bunny gets all the credit, little fucker.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I know.
Easter Bunny and Santa Claus, sons of bitches.
Yeah, all of them just do all this cool stuff, and it goes to fictitious beings. Total messed up.
But you get to terrorize them throughout the year with them. Oh, you're being bad? I'm talking the Easter Bunny, bro. Like,
oh yeah,
no more Minecraft.
Creeper head. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, this is the coolest thing ever. But the funny thing is he goes, oh, Mr. Dean printed me these for Easter. And she's like, no, they came from the Easter Bunny. And he's like, really? The Easter Bunny can do that too? Oh, yeah, yeah. And Sue was like, I told you. Because Sue was like, dude, he's got to know. He's got to know. He's not stupid. And I'm like, and of course, I'm just playing along like, nah, I'll never guess. I'm going, he's totally going to guess. You know?
Oh, that's funny. I feel like we need the Haley cameo just when she's doing a correction. Just pop her head in real quick. Creeper head out. That's how you see. Yes. It's SpongeBob out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I went to buy some new swim trunks. Swim trunks. Jesus, I'm at 100. I need a new swimsuit for the summer. And I was like, because I've had like the same for like 20 years now. I'm like, I think I'm gonna settle and get some new ones. And so they had these SpongeBob ones, and I'm just like, Nah, not that guy.
Yeah,
Not that guy.
yeah.
Nah. I looked at him and I was nah, not that guy. Can't do it. That's good for like one summer and then you throw those away.
Did I ever send you the picture of the dude that had his swimsuit was like a pack of Newports, the shirt and the trunks?
Oh no.
When we were on the cruise, yeah.
No,
It was like a pack of Newports.
yeah, I don't want to be that guy. No.
Like, oh my God. Yeah.
No. It's like no. I was like,
Yeah.
But yep, no, found a pair. It's like, oop, like these, basic. Yep, here we go.
That's me, yeah.
Yeah.
Just give me a black or gray pair of swim trunks, shorts in general, maybe tan khaki. I'm good to go. Not in swim trunks, but regular shorts or khaki. Yeah.
I try to stay away from khaki.
Yeah.
I think I have one pair. I have one pair of tan shorts, but I don't know. Like I like one pair of shorts, and I just buy those. Very Einstein-ish as far as like like my work shorts. They're all the same short. It's
that's
like
how most of mine are too. They're just different colors.
Yeah,
they're the same exact variation, same brand, different colors. Yeah.
Yep. And I'll just buy the colors.
You like what you like, man.
Yeah, sure. And I finally found pants that I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Because that's a struggle, like finding pants. Oh my God. Like
me too.
I hate pants. But the company that makes my shorts makes pants. And I
hate pants too, but they're required here.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I had to wear them, I would manage. But it just
gets so damn cold. Like for being the South during the winter for like 3 months, dude, it gets pretty damn cold. And then
and I get it. Trust me, when I was in Canada, I was rocking the pants.
Yeah.
When it and I will put on pants when it's cold. I'm not stupid, but I also like
we do have a guy at work that wears shorts year round. Yeah. So we always ask him, like, you got your winter shorts on? Yep, these are the winter shorts.
Yeah, they go from a 7-inch inseam to a 9-inch inseam.
Yeah,
it's basically what it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Which fur lined, fleece lined.
Yeah. Well, I have fleece lined toe shoes, so
there you go.
I do. So it's like fuck yeah. No, and that was the funny thing too, buying pants because it was like, or buying shorts because it was like, first ones I got, and I tried them on, and I was like, okay, and I didn't think anything of them. They were a 9-inch inseam.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, these things, and I thought about it. I went back over and I was like, wait a minute, what am I wearing now? And I was looking at I was like,
you had the 7s.
These are 7s.
Yeah,
and I was like,
have you ever messed up and got the 5s?
Oh God, no!
Like, oh my God!
I try everything on. I go shopping, clothes shopping by myself.
Yeah.
Because with the exception of when I had to buy, I bought a suit jacket, like a sport jacket, to take to Canada. So I taught my class in a sport jacket. I literally wanted to blow everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So I wore a sports jacket with a t-shirt underneath it, and you could not imagine. You could imagine how like what the alter, like this is a weird universe. Like Dean has pants, and what he's wearing a sports jacket. Like,
I would went full. If you're gonna do it, I would just went full Miami Vice, silk shirt, white pants, blazer.
I didn't want to go for that look. I wanted to go for like, could I be going to a wedding afterwards, possibly a funeral? I didn't get black because I was like, then I would definitely be going to a funeral,
right?
Because then I would have had to wear like a shirt with a white, tie.
Because I bought like an $800 suit for Bailey's wedding. I just bought it because I haven't had a suit forever.
Yeah.
And now I just need another occasion to wear it. Haven't had it yet. But
no. I taught my class, both of my classes in my suit, in my sports jacket. Yeah. And people were just like, it went great because it totally blew their minds. I wore it the whole day and then I hung it back up, never wore it again. And everyone was like, what just happened? I'm like, well, they hired me to teach a class. I wanted to look like a professor.
That was bizarro, Dean.
Oh, it was so crazy. It was, dude, people were freaking out.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're like, this world is wrong. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this from now on, so deal with it. Haha. In the summer, though, I will be wearing shorts with it, though.
There you go.
And Haley will hate me.
So. That's going to be like Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, totally.
Oh, there you go.
I'll be like, sports jacket, teaching a class, with shorts and a t-shirt.
There you
I'm
go.
like, what are you doing? I'm like,
Are you gonna go for like the booger look, that, or one of the better nerds?
It'd be better nerds. I'm not a booger. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have a collar. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so no show next week, but we got Havoc. A couple movies we're gonna go see probably at the movie theater. So we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. No food this week because
we didn't have time.
I didn't have time.
We were disturbed. Let's just say that we were disturbed.
Oh yeah, dude. God, fuck. I need to watch some violent movie just to get this out of my head.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways, that's the show. That's what we got. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2.
Peace.